Aloha, sports fans, and welcome to the speeding bullet that is the Maui News Sports Report. Even though we're a national treasure, we are still open. We are joined by all our old friends this week. Chicken Little. I'm Rob Colias. He's Bill Schindler. We are going to have a lot of fun in the next couple minutes. So, Bill, let's get right to it.
Can't be furloughed, Rob, as the Lunas remain unbeaten. And other than the start of the game where there was a fumble and Ian Monabog picks it up, goes 11 yards for the touchdown, that was it. That was it for Na'ali'i. No more scoring. 55 points unanswered for the Lunas, Robbie.
And Bill, when you wake a sleeping dog, poke a sleeping bear, they come after you, and the Lunas did exactly that. 4 touchdowns in the next 6 minutes and 14 seconds. The ensuing kickoff was returned 52 yards by Anson Cabanilla. That's a name you'll hear in a few seconds. Christian Whitehead, who fumbled that ball to Monabog, goes 17 yards and then scores on the next play 6 yards. That's a two-play drive. On the next King Kekalike possession, a bad punt snap sails over the head of Micah McDonald, recovered by the Lunas. One-play drive, 12-yard run by Jared Rocha Islas. The next time Na'ali'i has the ball, the Lunas force a punt. Anson Cabanilla returns it 62 yards for a touchdown. And the next time King Kekalike had the ball, Jeffrey Ancog over the middle, an interception, and he returned it to the house, 49 yards. 3 minutes and 50 seconds still left in the first quarter, and it's 28-6 and essentially over.
Speaking of poking the bear, you don't want to do that with the Baldwin Bears. The Bears, well, they kept on rolling, 44-21 over the Warriors of Kamehameha, and maybe a little bit more one-sided than the score actually even made it seem. 34-7 Bears at the half, but that was when they started resting some starters. And for Baldwin, their defense, they made up for it in the second half. 3 interceptions alone in that second half, Rob.
And those were big, Bill, because the Bears remembered a game in September against the Warriors where they led comfortably, seemingly comfortably, 42-14. The Warriors scored the last 3 touchdowns of that game. 42-35 was the final, and Kamehameha had a couple possessions then with a chance to tie or go ahead. Nohea Keahi put the absolute stamp on this one, 32-yard interception return for a touchdown with 10 seconds left to account for the final score. Earlier, his 54-yard punt return on a quick kick that was partially blocked. He grabs it over the middle and returns it 54 yards, and that led to the first touchdown, a 5-yard run by Dusty Flores. Kamehameha Maui then quickly tied the score on a touchdown by Cal Alexander.
So at 7-7, then 2 huge plays took place. Jeremiah Badillo, he's off. 45 yards gone, and that with 11:47 in the half. But then, 5:02 left to go in the half. 48 yards, a catch by Kavela Ke'eomata. He's been doing a lot of that lately. And that makes it 20-7. I want you to notice one thing that stands out here on both plays. Both came out of a spread formation with players bunched on either side, wide receivers bunched on the left and the right. And, Robbie, they've been running different offenses and different plays all game long. This, though, was where they struck with the 2 40-yard-plus plays, and it really shows the Bears' versatility.
Yeah, they score obviously on the run and on the long pass play, and then they really put things away, kind of to take that 34-7 halftime lead, although Kamehameha did make a little bit of a game of it early in the third quarter. But the Bears took that 34-7 halftime lead with 2 touchdowns in the final minute, a 26-yard pass from Badillo to Josiah Maglenti Tonu, and a 24-yard pass with just 4 seconds left in the half. Really a backbreaker for Kamehameha. 24-yard pass from Badillo to Atrell Tanaka that really put things out of reach.
Let's get you those standings. First in D1, it's a 5-1 record for the Baldwin Bears. Of course, in the second half, they're 2-0. It's 2-3 for Maui High, 0-1 so far in the second half. D2, it's dominated by the Lunas. They're still undefeated on the season at 4-0 and 1-0 overall in the second half. It is then King Kekalike, actually ahead of the Warriors at Kamehameha. They sit at 1-4 overall, 1-1 in the second half, and as we said, the Warriors at just 1-5 overall. And with that loss to Baldwin now in the second half, 0-2.
And Bill, the Lunas can clinch next week if things go the way we probably expect them to. If Maui High beats King Kekalike on Friday night, and then the Lunas finish things with a win on Saturday night at Kamehameha Maui, or against Kamehameha Maui, they have clinched that trip to state, and then they can really start to maybe concentrate on, absolutely polishing everything up to be ready for that state tournament.
Cross country is in the news, and it's Dakota Grossman again. Every time we talk cross country, it just seems like Dakota Grossman. She could run across the Dakotas.
Well, the time is running out where we will be talking about Dakota, at least as an active MIL runner. She's a 3-time state champion in cross country. She can become only the second girl or boy in state history to win 4 cross country titles. It was her last cross country race on Maui. Of course, she has track season in the spring, but fittingly, her sister Haley was at the finish line. Her dad, who's her coach, Bobby Grossman, was at the finish line. Mom was there too. It was on the Seabury Hall course where she runs every day, and she ran it faster, 17 seconds faster than she ever has, 18:30. She told me she's ready for that state meet on Kauai. First comes MILs on Molokai. And then, then we start to say kind of goodbye to Dakota. She has 7 state titles all time. Her next one will make her the all-time winningest MIL athlete, boy or girl, ever.
And speaking of courses, we go to the golf course then and over to the Asian Tour. Sam Sear, who has played very well, moving up on that order of merit.
Yeah, well, he's struggled until this weekend, really. 21,000 earned in 10 or 12 events. This weekend he finished second in Taiwan at the Mercury's Taiwan Masters. A $72,000 paycheck, by the way, moves him from 81st to 21st.
It's not bad
on that money list.
Man, we'll both take those paychecks if you'd like to, but we'll take some bobbleheads too. And any suggestions or anything you'd like to do, contact him. I'll see you on the radio. He'll see you in the newspaper. We'll see you next week.
Sports@MauiNews.com or call my desk line at 242-6337. And like Bill said, send us some bobbleheads.